full throttle.
1, 2, 3, go. Johnny Nerd out here. Today we got a very special guest. Aaron, up from Grin, came all the way down from Canada. We're going to be doing a performance test. He's got his hub motor bike. They're brand new. Well, brand new, it's been about a year?
About a year. Yeah.
It's brand new. Against the tried and true 15-year-old long in the tooth Bafang BBS HD. Let's see how these things perform against each other. We're gonna, can you topple the king?
The Grin Max 45 all-axle is our fat bike version of the all-axle motor. So it fits on 170 millimeter wide dropouts and 190 and 195 in the rear. But it has a torque sensor built in right to the cassette free hub body. So as soon as you install it, you already got a torque sensor, which is awesome. And the regenerative braking on this thing is fantastic. You can come to a complete stop in like almost all
So how does that work really quick? Show me how that works on the throttle. I was playing around with this.
Throttle
this is
here,
awesome.
Basically, the battery's not connected, but you twist the throttle forward here, and that's regenerative braking. You twist it back, and that's throttle. So.
I will say that blew me away. I'm not going to give it.
It's nice. Yeah, it's called a bidirectional throttle. This is running the Phase Runner motor controller. We manufacture that right in Canada. We manufacture this hub right in Canada. And we have been manufacturing hub motors for the past 8 years and have been, dealing with hub motors for over 20 years.
Yeah, you guys are the hub motor kings, I will say. If anybody ever wants hub motors, I would say almost always have said, go check out Grin. They're going to have the motor you guys.
Thank you.
No, I mean, you guys are you guys have specialized in it. I mean, you guys have every single hub motor kit there is for whatever bike you need or whatever.
Exactly.
If you're into a hub motor kit and you want the best one, I always say go to Grin. Maybe there's a new king in town.
Yeah, maybe there is. I mean, I'm just going to say that I really don't like mid drives that much. But maybe today will convince me otherwise.
No,
and you haven't really liked hub drives in the past, so maybe today will convince you.
That's
otherwise.
true. These are not for you, and these
maybe
are
this
generally
could be
not
like
for me.
an unlikely love story,
All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do some hill climbing tests. We got some super steep hill climbs. We got some maybe a little bit more less gradient, whatever this is. Okay, so this first hill we're gonna do, it's gonna be no pedaling, up about a 6% grade, which is like I don't know, 20%. incline. It's pretty steep, but nothing crazy. It's just a long, quarter-mile long stretch. And I will say in this first test, I started using my Photon on my specialized roll. So this one's gonna be pulling about 2,000 watts, and the Grin's peaks out at about 3,000 watts. No pedaling.
No pedaling. Aw, Johnny, no!
Whoa. Am I freaking out at this point? Yeah, a little bit. I just got smoked going up there. Now I realized, I'm like, oh, wait a second. I didn't change gears at all. I was just in first gear, which means that motor was spinning out at like 12 miles an hour and it just physically couldn't spin faster. So the Grin motor is able to just spin a lot faster, and they were able to go up at like 20 miles an hour, where I just mechanically stopped out at 12. So I'm like, all right, let's do this again. This time, let's shift gears. That's the whole point of a mid-drive. So let's try it again.
Do it, go. Giving Johnny a little head start here. And I don't know, Johnny. I don't know, Johnny.
Okay, what is happening here? I was shifting gears on that one. However, I realized I was shifting gears still without pedaling. So I was shifting under power, and they were really hard clunks, but I still got smoked. I had a running start, and I didn't get smoked as bad, but he still eked past me. Man, I'm freaking out. I truly am freaking out right now. Like, he's killing me up these hills. I'm like, all right, let's go find a slightly steeper hill. Let's go try to do this. Go. And it is important to note, in that last hill, I switched over to my Coast Buzz Raw bike that has the BBS HD motor on it, and it's geared a little bit smaller, a little bit torquier, but I still got beat up the hill. And it is important to note that the hub motor, the Grin All-Axle, is pulling about 3,000 watts throughout these tests, and mine are maxing at 2,000, between about 17 and 2,000 watts. So It's not completely apples to apples, but they both are still stock kits. So yeah, either way, their motor is beating me. And at this point, I'm getting pretty sick of getting beat at my own game. So I said, all right, let's go. This is where I go do my performance hill test. I call it the Widowmaker. It's like a 45-degree angle pretty much. I don't know what grade that is, but I said, let's go here. We put a 72-volt battery on their motor. So they're running the all-axle at 72 volts, which is really cool because that motor's super flexible with voltage. I'm still running 52 volt. They're going to be running 72 volt. Let's go do the ultimate hill test. 3, go.
Go.
Okay, so that was just from like a dead stop at the worst part, like the very beginning of that hill, from a dead stop. That's like the worst conditions possible. Here we're going to do a little bit of a running start where motors get a chance to spool up, and we'll see how they kind of go against each other there.
Oh, hello. Oh, baby. Ah.
Oh. Okay, so you can see with a little bit of a running start, the Grin All-Axle can make it up the Widowmaker. Mid-drive, put in the correct gear, can climb that thing all day pretty much. But that's just where a mid-drive really shines, is those super steep hills when you need like to pinpoint the power to a specific thing. The Grin All-Axle, that direct drive motor, was an amazing, just all-purpose motor. It didn't have amazing power at any one point, but it had very, very good power at all points. So depending on what kind of riding you need to do, it made a very strong case for itself. As far as commuting, if you're not really so much into pedaling, this is a great commuter. Now this motor does come at a premium price, and I do offer it at my website. This is one of the very few hub motors that I would proudly offer on my website. If you guys know, I've always been a mid-drive guy. I've offered hub motors just kind of as a pittance because I've had so many people just like, hey, I need this, I need a replacement, or I want to do it for whatever reason. So I have carried hub motors, but I would say the Grin All-Axle is the first one that I'm like proudly carrying. And if you do want to order through me, you can order through ebikes.ca. You could order directly through Johnny Nerda. I'm an American-based, United States-based seller, so you don't have to pay any import duties if you order from me and it's shipping inside the United States. If you do order from Canada, you may be subject to tariffs and import fees and all that. So if you want to support the shop and support them, head to johnnynerd.com or click the description below if you'd like to get that. Or if you want to get a mid-drive, click on the link below, take us right to the website. If you need help deciding, if you need help putting together your cart or anything like that, you can either call our shop or you could book a consultation if you want to speak with me directly. Only person out there that you could actually speak to an expert live in real time. I think I'm the only one that offers this service, that you know who you're talking to, and yeah. So anyways, if you guys enjoyed this, it was a lot of fun, and if you'd like to stick around, I'm going to add some little extra bonus footage here at the end, just recapping. First of all, I want to say I'm very blown away by this motor. Very impressed by what you guys did. This thing has by far the most torque that I've ever felt from a hub motor, especially running 52 volts. Really incredible. I mean, that's...
yeah, I kind of blew you away a couple times. You had to find the right gearing to keep up with me, and one time you did.
Yeah. So when we first started, I used my CYC Photon. We had a couple of missed starts, and he was just smoking me, like absolutely smoking me.
It's a small motor, though.
It is a very small motor. I mean, it's
and eventually you did kind of keep up with it.
Once I started using my gearing, I started before I just put it in one gear and I let it go, and it just kind of you just smoked me. But when I was able to shift my gears, I was able to get there. But yeah, this hub motor really just kind of had that smooth power band all the way across and hit max and stayed there.
Yeah, I put this motor to the test on this trip. I've gone up the most crazy steep hills and down them as well, and not had to use the brakes a single time. So it's impressive that way. But then we used your BBS HD. Yeah,
on the super steep stuff.
Yeah,
the BBS HD. I still think.
Start.
Yeah, from a dead start.
No pedaling.
Yeah, I mean, it's the gearing ratio. It's just using that mechanical leverage to get that super technical riding. I don't know how often you come across that super steep stuff. Some people will, And I do those tests because like very few people do, but I do those tests. It's just so like, this is not very likely, but it's possible you could come across that, but
Yeah.
very highly unlikely.
Yeah, when I was in the sand dunes and I was trying to go up some of the steepest stuff with terrible traction, like of course it's sometimes just not able, so I have to walk up and get some speed so I can get up the other side.
And that's where this is going to shine. But then we also did another test where it was kind of in between the two, and this one still beat this one.
Now,
Yeah,
with like a 20-foot head start,
yeah,
totally beat you.
still, I mean, this thing still, and even then we switched bikes and I was able to ride it, and it's got really good pull, especially once that momentum is going just a little bit.
Yeah.
Like even after like 3 or 4 miles per hour, it then feels like it just wants to pull, which is really nice. Yeah, I don't hate hub motors. I definitely don't hate hub motors. I'm still a mid-drive guy just because I like to use my gears, but
Yeah.
I would not be ashamed to ride that.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely looking forward to carrying that in my shop for sure. Like
I
that's
think that you should. I think that also you should get one on your own bike and just be riding it around for a little while and see if it's just because it's kind of interesting. Like once I've tried out mid drives, which before this trip I had barely tried out mid drives before.
really.
Barely, like literally, like maybe once or twice. And it's kind of hard for me to revert because I've been in, the first time I rode an electric bike was 20 years ago. So that was a long time. It was a hub drive for sure. And I didn't.
Oh, yeah,
ride
they
any
all
mid
were.
drives. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's hard for me to transition to having to think about what gear I'm in to get the appropriate power for whatever situation, power or speed. Because if you're in the wrong gear, then you get no speed. You could have tons of torque, but then it's doing nothing.
Right.
Because it's not going fast enough.
And that's
whereas this is just a direct transfer into the wheel. And you don't have to ever think about what
Exactly.
gear you're in. Ever. So
Exactly.
it's just like single-minded.
But I will say, like, purist cyclists, I think kind of like being in the right gear all the time. They kind of like, they like doing that.
Yeah.
But if you're not that way, and you just want to like have fun and you just want to go, I mean, this is fun on wheels for absolutely.
Well, because I like the fact that you can just stay in the same gear all the time.
Yeah. And still have the same power.
Exactly.
You're not going to like bog it down.
I never really shift gears on any of the electric bikes that I have.
No.
Because they're all hub drives, and I'd rather just be in the the highest gear all the time.
Right, and that's what it boils down to. I've come to realize is that some people don't like to. They don't want to worry about that stuff. They just want to ride and have fun and just worry about the ride, not about shifting gears and all that stuff. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing. There's just a difference. And I noticed that a lot of people, they'll ride mid-drives like that, and then they'll have problems. They'll break chains, they'll damage.
Oh, for sure.
And then they're like,
Imagine,
I don't like mid-drives. And it's like, well, yeah, you have to shift. You
Yeah.
have to be shifting. You have to be engaging with it. It's like a manual transmission car.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not just going to put it in one gear and ride it. You're going to cause engine damage. You're going to cause transmission
Of
damage.
course. And I drive a manual transmission car, and I love it. Which is weird.
You're a walking contradiction.
I know.
Oh, man. All right.
But yes, indeed, this motor is definitely an option for people who are looking for like a high power off-road machine. I mean, you get to take advantage of it if you're using, upwards of 1,500 watts. That's when you're really going to feel how much fun it is.
And you said this will handle 3,000 watts?
Well, today I saw this pulling 3,000 watts, and unfortunately our dashboard app wasn't collecting the data appropriately, and I tried the hill 3 times trying to get it to work, so there was some sort of hiccup there. I played with the Bluetooth dongle, and it didn't want to work. So, yes, on that hill where I beat you both times, even when I gave you a 20-foot head start.
Oh, it wasn't even. Honestly, it wasn't even close.
I was pulling 3,000 watts, and I think yours was probably around 1,000 to 1,500 watts. So it's
Yeah.
kind of unfair. But if you put 3,000 watts through that thing, what would happen?
Oh, man, that would be a good video for another thing. I bet you.
Would it be skipping gears and like the chain would be coming off? Or?
Not if I had it in a low gear. If I had it in a low gear where the chain was grabbing around enough teeth, I think it would be able. I think it would be okay as long as you're not.
I don't want to have to think about that when I'm riding my e-bike. You know?
Right. And that's fair.
It's so weird.
That's fair.
It's so weird.
I do, but that's fair.
But
sometimes I don't when I stop in the wrong gear and I'm like, crap, I'm in the wrong gear. I got to start back up. Yeah, I don't want to do that.
No, totally. So yeah, that was a really fun day though. I'm really glad we went.
Super good.
And
Hey,
tried that out.
And hopefully we could bury the hatchet between this ongoing America and Canadian beef that we've had for centuries. This centuries-old beef. Let's. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Let's squash the beef. Oh no. Okay. All right.
It's never gonna be squashed.
We'll try. I know. All right.
It's never gonna be squashed.
You know what? Get out of here. Go back to Canada.
I'm gone, buddy.
So sorry about that, guys. I should have never invited Canada down here.
Back bad.
See you later, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. I started on was my CYC. Oh my god.
CYC.
Was my CYC Photon. All right. Let's do a second take.